Ow! Today we have my dogs here for moral support. This is Kizzy and this is Brooke. They're here as my audience today because I keep putting off filming this bloody video, and I need to get back in the role of things, really. I've been quite lazy this week. Okay, Kiz, you can be free. Do you want to be on my bed or do you want to be on the floor? 2024 has been a wild year. It's been full of ups and downs, lots of life lessons, and lots of hardcore radical self-love. Just spilled my coffee on me. It's not going well, guys. It's not. So let's sit down and unpack everything I have learnt this year and all the things I've manifested, because 2024 is the year where I learned manifestation is real as fuck. I'm drinking a black coffee with chai. I've never had it black, and it's strange, but it's nice. I didn't have any oat milk left. I'm not putting dairy milk in my coffee. Grab yourself a beverage, whether it be hot or cold, and sit down and let's chat. Take notes, because girl. Has anybody noticed I came out of nowhere? Yeah, I did that. 2024 wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I started the year in a very poor mental state, and I've always struggled on and off with mental health, and I had reached a point where I think I was just self-destructing. I was drinking every single day, but I was lying to myself and lying to everybody that my drink wasn't a problem. Girl, I had a problem with drink, and I feel like it was like a long time coming. Safe to say I have toned down the drink now, but that was not a hot way to start 2024. But in my defense, I was also working in hospitality as a bartender. Once you've done it, you know that job is not easy. That job forces you to drink so much, and you don't even have to do it, but you just do it because you're so overworked, underpaid, and you need an escape. And when you're behind the bar, anyway, we're not romanticizing that shit. We leave that back in 2024, but I learned a lot from it. I'm not the type of person to sit and like victimize myself or like get hung up over my bad choices and things like that, because everything is a lesson. And yeah, so I was drinking every day. I was really depressed and I was fed up with my life. I wasn't going anywhere. I was fed up with work because I was working full-time hours in a 0-hour contract job with no salary. And I was very unhappy because I wasn't getting appreciated for my work, and then there was just so many other issues with that job as well. But just working in hospitality, and it's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. And for a while I did want to pursue that. I did want to pursue like cocktail bartending and become a craft cocktail connoisseur, but I've moved on to greater things. I just it wasn't for me anymore, and I had to quit that job because it was very, very toxic. The first step in any healing journey is cutting out anything that is toxic and ruining your life. So I threw myself in the deep end and I quit my job. I quit it with nothing else lined up because I was done with getting played. I was done with getting played. I was done with getting taken advantage of. I was done with working my ass off for a measly £10 something an hour. And they did also, like, best believe I'm not gonna be hanging around once you cross the line that many times. So, yeah, I quit on the spot and I didn't look back. And that was back in February. And I was trying to get a job in hospitality for ages after that, but because it's like the winter season and I live in a smallish town, it was really, really hard to find a job. I was not getting accepted for anything. So at that point, I had 15K on TikTok, and I was like, well, this is what I want to do. So now is my chance to do something with it. This is like the only chance I've got where I can put everything I've got into this and making social media work for me. So I did it. And I started on a posting schedule of 3 times a day. I was a girl with a dream, I was a girl on a mission, and I was not going to be giving up. So I was posting 3 times a day, and I would post 1 makeup video, 1 fashion video, and then 1 like music commentary / lip sync kind of video. Yeah. I was getting burnt out, but I was like, I need to keep doing this, because the minute I started doing that and getting consistent with it, I started that in March. By May, I was on 100K. So I always say I manifested my job, because I fucking did. And I actually try and think back to what I did to manifest it, I can't tell you, because I didn't do anything. That's the point of manifestation. Because if you're trying to journal or affirm or do something to get your manifestation, that's telling your brain that you don't have it. So you're not going to get it, because what you assume to be true is what will occur. What you assume to be true is what will occur. That is my secret. That is literally it. I just assumed that I'm an influencer. I get paid. I get paid fucking well. Brands want to work with me. I'm viral. And everybody knows my face. I told myself that every single fucking day. And I started acting like it and believing it, and then it became true. That is how the cycle works. Fuck the affirmations, fuck the journaling, fuck the scripting, fuck the vision boarding. None of that matters if you don't sit down and check your mindset. You need to just be assuming that it's true. It's called law of assumption for a reason. Yeah. Now, all those methods do help as well. They help you with unblocking the limiting beliefs that you hold, but you can't depend on those techniques to manifest your desire, because you literally just need to go on a mental diet, which is what I did. So I did used to do like journaling and everything. I did used to do all of that, but now, like, I've learned this. I only do that when I find myself stuck in a limiting belief that is holding me back, and then I will journal and try and break that apart and get to the root of it and rebuild it. But what I just started doing is I was listening to sleep affirmation tapes, specifically self-concept ones, and no, that is literally the main one I was listening to, actually. Yeah. A self-concept affirmation tape, and I might link it here. Can I link other creators' videos? I think I can, so I'm going to link it at the top, the sleep affirmation tape that I was listening to religiously, and then I'll also just put a bunch of them in the description. But that's what I listen to every single night. The reason why this works is because you want to get to your subconscious mind. You want to do a self-concept one, because once you have a strong self-concept, then everything will always work out for you. And a self-concept is just essentially how you view yourself, your self-worth. And when you have a strong self-image and perception of yourself is when everything unlocks. And that's exactly how it worked for me, because I started the year depressed as fuck, broke. I wasn't getting anywhere with my life, and I felt like I was just biding my time. I would wake up and I would wait for the day to end. just so I could go back to sleep, so I didn't have to live through the day. I started listening to these sleep affirmation tapes and I started falling in love with myself, and then that is when I started growing my following and unlocking everything that I have ever dreamt of. We live in a matrix, I swear to God. So sleep affirmation tapes will access your subconscious mind whilst you're sleeping and tell you all of the positive things that you need to become your best version of yourself. And I swear to God, within the first couple of weeks of me doing that, I wasn't getting depressed. I wasn't getting any intrusive thoughts. I was viewing myself in a lot more of a positive light, and I was feeling happier. I wanted to get out of bed. I wanted to tackle the day. I wanted to achieve world domination. I started realizing that the things I want to achieve in life are actually not that difficult, and the only thing holding me back is myself. So I put myself on this mental diet, and I started going to the gym, because once you start like improving your self-concept, you want to improve everything else in your life too, because it just goes hand in hand. So I got myself to the gym because at that point I, was unemployed and I had nothing to do, no friends to hang out with because I had no friends. All my friends were the ones I worked with. I was lonely as fuck. So I started sitting and thinking, well, I need to get out of the house, so I'm gonna take myself out and I'm gonna go to the gym every day and I'm gonna, break up my days like that. So I started going to the gym as well, and that really helped with my mental health. And I got my first 2 collabs in April time. I hit 100K in May, and it's all just been skyrocketing from there. It's kind of been a bit of a blur. There is no way in hell I ever thought that I could literally start the year with 1,000 followers on Instagram and end it at nearly 300K. Manifestation. First brand that I got to work with was Rude Cosmetics. First PR list I was ever on, everything, Rude Cosmetics. So they hold a very special place in my heart, and they always will do, because that, like, working with them made me realize that my dreams were achievable and I wasn't fucking crazy. And they saw like the vision before a lot of other brands did. So yeah, honestly, so grateful for that. What else happened? I went to a London Fashion Week show to see my good friend Yanis walk the runway, and that is a friendship that I made this year. Yanis. I love Yanis. I've kind of forgotten everything that's happened. I just know that it's been a good year. Like, in August, I got signed to my dream talent agency, and that is something I am still not quite getting over anytime soon. I sent them an email introducing myself, and this was back when I had probably about 150K. And a couple weeks later, I got an email back from my agent now, and she said to me, "This is wild, because I'm actually an organic follower of yours." And then we had a meeting and we met up for lunch at my favourite restaurant in London, and it's been amazing since then. It's still really baffling to me that Tash was already following me. The agency I'm signed to is P1M. They're a Canadian-based agency, and I think I am one of their first international talents. I know I'm their first UK talent. So that was a really, really huge achievement for me, because not only did I get signed to my dream agency, I got signed to an agency based all the way in fucking Canada. And my agent already knew about me. So that's really, really exciting. So for 2025, I know that I'm going to be traveling to Canada at some point to meet all of the team in person, and as well as all of the other amazing talent that is signed to P1M, including May Pan. I love you, girl. I love you. Yeah. May is a huge inspiration to me, and I did a collaboration with Umberto Giannini, one of my favourite brands ever, and some people were commenting on that video upset because it was marked as an ad. I mean, girl, I'm gonna mark it as an ad, but that doesn't mean that I don't use the products every single day. The only time I work with a brand is when I believe in it, and it was a huge honour that I got to work with Umberto Giannini because I've been an avid lover of their curl jelly, like, since the first time I discovered it about like a year and a half ago. I was a bit late to the game. I was late to the game, but like, I have been using the curl jelly ever since, and Umberto Giannini was literally the first collab I got when I got signed to P1M. So that was really amazing. And I think it was literally a week later I got an email from The Cure, a music promo for The Cure, and then they gifted me tickets to go and see them in London. Yeah. That was amazing. I also got invited to my first ever event, and that was back in October time with Dr. Martens. It's just really surreal to me that like I'm now working with brands that I have always loved, and working with like musicians. So I got to go to my very first event with Dr. Martens, which I did vlog. I will place it up here if you have not seen it. That was so fun. I got quite drunk by the end. That was so lovely, and I got to meet so many amazing people. And it was about a week later I got sent some Dr. Martens too. I've been wearing Dr. Martens since I was like 13. Every single fucking day. You will not see me without my Dr. Martens, specifically the Jaden's Max, because I am 5'4", so I would like to be a little bit taller. If there was like a surgery to make me taller, like if you could like stretch my arms and my legs and just pull me and stretch me out just so I can be taller. Pass it over, give it here, I want it. Here are the Dr. Martens I got gifted. And I got a little note with it as well. I did kiss it. Hey Faye, we hope you love your new Wednesday Jaden boots. We can't wait to see how you style them. Thanks to Dr. Martens team. I also got sent a GHD hairdryer this year. That's wild. And I ended the year signing a contract with NYX Cosmetics, which means the world to me, honestly. Like, it's surreal. And that is my biggest contract yet, so I'm really excited about that one, but I'm not going to speak on it too much. I think that's like all of my career milestones that happened in 2024 that I can think of. The minute I knew that I could make this work is when I made a video of me struggling to line my lips properly, and it went super viral with like about nearly 14 million views. And that was in the creator fund, by the way. I got paid for every single penny. I think that video earned me nearly $3,000 just because I couldn't line my lips. So that's how we started, and how we ended it is me making really weird makeup looks inspired by obscure things. So thank you. Thank you for watching me grow and giving me space to figure out what the fuck to do with my platform. But what are the things I have learned this year? Cut off everything that is toxic. When you feel like your life is going to shit, that normally means that the universe is making space for something new and positive. It's not the end of the world just because it feels like it. Find something you really fucking love and stick at it, even when nobody believes in you. Believe in yourself. Your mental diet is the most important thing, more important than anything else. You should definitely make time for some exercise during your day, otherwise you'll go insane. Especially if you work from home. Stop running from your feelings, feel them, let go of them and move on. Go easy on yourself. This is your first ever attempt at life. You're not meant to have it figured out. Stop looking for validation to just pursue your goals. Just pursue them. You don't need to wait for the perfect time to start working towards what you want to be and become. The perfect time is now. So get the ball rolling. Come on. If you're going to learn anything from this video, let it be this. Anything is possible once you start viewing yourself in the light that you deserve. When you start falling in love with yourself and your life is the minute life starts unlocking all of its beautiful opportunities for you. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Heal. Do it for yourself. Grow. Succeed. Once you decide it's yours, okay? I think my main point is to choose yourself. And when you do that, all your dreams will choose you. 2024 was a year where I learned radical self-love, and I am so grateful to it. I cut off everything that was toxic, so much so that it made me feel like I had nothing left. But that's what I needed, because I needed that so I could start anew and rebuild my foundations and build my life into something that I'm actually proud of living. So if I could go back to my February version of myself, I would literally give her a hug and tell her it's fine and that I made the right decision to quit that job. And just because it feels like my whole life is over, it doesn't mean that at all, because my life was literally just beginning and I'm gonna cry. We love growth, we love personal development, and I started the year last year. I started the year hating being by myself. I was so incredibly scared of being alone that I tried everything in my power to surround myself with people to fill the void. But then what that meant is that I was surrounding myself with really toxic and negative people that were holding me back, and I was delaying my success and prolonging my suffering. And now I've ended the year so fucking happy to be by myself. That's what I want, because like I'm my own best friend, and I do want to move out and live alone, and I don't want to live with people, and I don't really care so much about surrounding myself with loads of people all the time, because like I have literally just brain dumped on you guys and been yapping for nearly an hour, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. But 2024 was a dream come true. I learned so much and I grew so much as a person, and 2024 was a year where I fell in love with myself again. I started the year still in love with my ex, and I ended the year knowing I deserved better. If that doesn't tell you a lot, I don't know what does. I don't know what does. So I'm really excited for what 2025 brings, and I've got some really exciting things planned. I've got some really exciting opportunities coming up over the next few weeks, and I am really excited to share them with you. Thank you all so much for everything this year, honestly. I am so grateful to this huge community that we've built, and I can't even put into words how much this all means to me. I am never going to get over it. I'm never going to be able to find the words, but just know that I love you all, and I am so appreciative of every single one of you so much. Please take care of yourself, drink some water, go eat something if you haven't eaten yet, and Happy New Year. I love you all. Halsey just started following me on Instagram. Halsey just started following me on Instagram. Yeah. I've been a fan of her music since the Badland era, since I discovered her on Tumblr when I was 14. I've been a fan of her for 10 years. 10 years. And now she follows me. I'm gonna go and process this off camera because it's achievements like these I like to just sit and enjoy all on my own. But I'm really, really shook, and I just wanted to share that with you because that's fucking insane. Insane to me. Now I'm scared. Now I'm scared. I'm now scared to be perceived by Halsey. She knows who I am. Sorry guys, I can't post that video because I don't think Halsey's gonna like it. No, I'm gonna stop fangirling and don't get weird, Faye. That's just really, really weird to me. Actually, that's really surreal, and yeah. Sometimes I feel like I just say things and I don't know what they mean. Don't think I've got any thoughts left in my brain now. I've been yapping for 45 minutes.